What's going on, my beautiful people? I am System Check 66, and we have some new Mortal Kombat movie stills, some new images, first look at the characters, things like that. So basically I'm getting this from Eurogamer, as you can see, and yeah, we've got Mortal Kombat movie. It shows off its Sub-Zero, Jax, and more in first images, so we'll go straight to it. So we have Sub-Zero, we have Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and also Jax. Now first I want to go to Jax real quick. Let's load up the page. Okay, so here's our look at Jax. Now I think personally Jax looks incredible. They've done a really good job with him. Like the metal arms and stuff, you can see all the motors and just the pistons and things powering it. And I love that. I think that's wicked. Who is he fighting though? That looks like a hammer. Is that Shao Kahn? It could very well be Shao Kahn. This looks like Shao Kahn's hammer. So I like Jax. That's one thing I will say. Then we're going to have a look at Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Now Liu Kang looks cool. He looks cool. I like it. Kung Lao, he does look cool and he doesn't. There's something off about him and I can't tell exactly what it is. Like, this is Liu Kang's... Liu Kang, if he phased with Shao Kahn. This is Liu Kang's like outfit from MKX, I think. It resembles his MKX outfit more. Then we have Kung Lao, looking like Kung Lao, but there's just something a bit off. It looks a bit cheap and tacky, in my personal opinion. I can't really put my finger on it, but yeah, I'm in two minds about Kung Lao. It's not bad, and it's not great. Do you know what I mean? Then we get a look at Sub-Zero. I think the eyes are really cool, the contacts, the fact that his eyes are really blue, and he's got like what looks like an ice dagger that he's, materialized. This, I absolutely hate the head part of the gear that he wears. I think it looks shit. It looks really tacky and cheap. And the mask I can't really see. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like his costume is going to suck a little bit. Just going off the head part of the mask. So that's my thoughts on Sub-Zero. Looks cheap and tacky, a little bit like Kung Lao. And then as we go down, we get a look at Kano. He's got a red eye here. There's some scarring around his face. Is this going to be what Kano looks like for the whole film? If it is, they did a bad job at the end of the day. Maybe this is pre-metal face and eye, I don't know, but yeah, I've only ever known Kano with the metal plate and the eye and the red eye. He does have the red eye, but yeah, I'm not sure if they're trying to go more realistic for this. And it's Mortal Kombat, like you don't have to make it super realistic. But I could have sworn that I heard in interviews that they were trying to go for that sort of Deadpool style comedic side, along with like the violence and gore that Deadpool had. That's kind of what they were trying to go with. Then we have a look at Bihan and Hanzo Hasashi. Looks like Bihan's ripped off his, his his spear, sorry, because there's a bit of the rope. And it looks like he's about to kill his ass. So yeah, quite gory, violent, which I like. Costumes are quite here. So the film apparently is supposed to start off with the battle between Bihan and Hanzo Hasashi, between the two clans as well. So I just recently bought and watched Scorpion's Revenge, and it was incredible. Really good. I enjoyed it. So apparently there's supposed to be a sequel coming to that. But we'll have to stay up to date with any news regarding that. Then we get a look at, unfortunately the leaks were real. I think I've covered them before. Cole Turner is now Cole Young, and he kind of replaces Johnny Cage and is almost based on Cobra, if you remember that character from the 3D era. Even though I know the new ones are 3D, it was the 3D era of Mortal Kombat. No, actually it wasn't, because Mortal Kombat 4 was 3D. technically. It was sort of like the PS2 era of Mortal Kombat games, and Cobra was he was a Black Dragon member. I mean, I wasn't too familiar with that era of Mortal Kombat because I didn't really pay attention. I didn't really like that era, to be honest. I like the original 2D era, and my favourite era is actually MK9 onwards. So we got Cole Young. Now he's apparently a kickboxer, you know, he fights and stuff for money. And I'm not sure if he has a daughter still, or that's been written out. I don't know, but he's essentially replacing Johnny Cage with a little bit of Cobra mixed in there. And I don't know how to feel about it. Like, well, I do know how to feel about it. It sucks. Just make Liu Kang the main protagonist. They have to keep putting these characters that they come up with in the films. Resident Evil showed that it didn't work. It showed that. And the joke is that Paul Anderson actually got it right with Mortal Kombat the first time, because it was Liu Kang's story and fighting Shang Tsung, and everything was, you know, like the game. So, you know, I feel neither way really with this Cole Young character. It should be Liu Kang's story. I keep going to say Liu Kang. That's an idea for the next Mortal Kombat. Fuse Shao Kahn with Liu Kang. We get a look at Sonya beating up Kano. I think she looks cool as Sonya. I do. But you know, this is in a desert. We saw a lot of leaked photos and stuff, and just photos that the cast had posted up of being in the desert. And you know, the desert area is cool. It's been featured in Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, I believe. So perfectly fine with the location. But it looks like Kano still doesn't have his faceplate and his you know, massive red eye. So I think Sonya looks cool. Get another look at Cole Young. Yeah. And then we get a pretty cool look at Liu Kang with his Fire Fist, and also Kung Lao. So again, Kung Lao's costume just looks cheap and tacky personally. Liu Kang's is actually alright. And I think that's about it. Now if we go back to Eurogamer, we'll read up a little bit. Let's have a look at pretty nasty opening sequence, set piece which charts the conflict between the clans of Hanzo and Bihan, who of course go on to become Scorpion and Sub-Zero, here played by Haruyuki Sanada and Joe Taslim respectively, in feudal Japan. From here the action shifts to modern day, with the remaining movie following the adventures of washed up MMA fighter Cole Young, played by Louis Tan, in an undisclosed role, like we didn't know which role he was playing. An entirely new character to the Mortal Kombat universe, who gradually becomes embroiled with the series' familiar cast after intervention by Outworld Emperor Shang Tsung Chin Han. If this all sounds familiar, incidentally, that's probably because it's very much in line with reports from the hashtag show back in 2018, suggesting the movie's plot would follow a Philadelphia boxer that is recruited by a prophecy chaser to compete in a fantastic tournament, meaning Raiden. Other confirmed characters from the game include, and feel free to skip this paragraph if you wish to maintain the surprise, the likes of Jax. I think Jax looks incredible. Sonya Blade, I think she looks fine. Raiden, haven't seen him yet. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Kano. Liu Kang looks fine. I'm actually quite happy with the design and stuff. Kung Lao, not a fan. Kano, if he stays looking like he is, not a big fan. As previously confirmed, McCoy's take on Mortal Kombat won't be shying away from gore, blood, or the series' iconic fatalities, and he tells Entertainment Weekly that the R-rated movie includes some really badass ones. They're brutal, man, he says. They don't hold back. Mortal Kombat's North American launch on 16th of April will see the movie released simultaneously on HBO Max and in cinemas. Hopefully. A UK release date is yet to be confirmed. So my takeaway and my overall thoughts of the new MK film and how the characters look and stuff, I'm a little bit disappointed, gotta be honest. I thought that Sub-Zero looked kind of crappy. Kung Lao looked cheap and tacky. I thought that if Kano doesn't, get the faceplate in the eye, I'm not going to be a fan of his design. I did like Jax. Jax is the standout, definitely. He is the standout. I genuinely think the arms and stuff and the way he looks, it just looks like Jax. I also like Liu Kang as well. I think Liu Kang looks pretty cool. But yeah, do we really need this MMA fighter, washed up MMA fighter, Cole Young, as the main protagonist? No, we don't. We just need Liu Kang as the main protagonist, you know, fighting alongside Kung Lao, which we are getting here. But it's not Liu Kang's story anymore. Or maybe it is. Maybe Cole Young gets killed or something in the film and then Liu Kang takes over. I really don't know, but what is the point of this new character they've made? It's like Alice with the Resident Evil films. You know, she was okay in the first film when she was... I mean, I don't know. I guess it was still stupid. Yeah, it's still this overpowered character in the first film. And then after that, it got ridiculous. It was the Mila Jovovich show, essentially. And no one wanted that. This is Resident Evil. This had nothing to do with Mila Jovovich. It had to do with zombies, Umbrella, and bioweapons. And the main cast of characters, Chris, Jill, Claire, and Leon, alongside the others. So it's shown that it doesn't work. It doesn't work, so stop doing it. Stop changing things for the sake of changing things and adding these new characters that no one gives a fucking shit about. Excuse my language. But it's the truth. And it's frustrated. That's why I'm frustrated. Could this be good? It could be, and if it isn't, I really don't care. We've had Scorpion's Revenge, and we've got the original 1990s Mortal Kombat film, which followed the source material pretty much to a T. So yeah, the film's going to hinge on the fights, the gore, the fatalities, the special moves, etc., etc. So that's what it's going to hinge on, really. There might be some crappy stuff to do with the costumes or where it's set, and we don't really know, what's going on there. I do like the fact it starts off with Scorpion and Sub-Zero in feudal Japan. I think it's very cool because that dates, as far back as I can remember the stories dating back to. I guess Katana and Melina's story and Shao Kahn and stuff dates further. But either way, I like that it's starting off with Hanzo Hasashi and Bi-Han's rivalry. The film could turn out to be good. Yeah, it could be. Or it could turn out to be a pile of shit. It's just going to hinder on when we see the trailer and we see the film. Really, that's the only things we're going to be able to go by. And more story comes out, maybe. They have kept it under wraps quite well. The leaks did come out and does seem to be adding up to the leaks. Or adding up with the leaks. So, either way, I'm hoping it is good. I don't want it to, to be rubbish. But we already have a good live-action Mortal Kombat film. I don't care what anyone wants to say. I thoroughly love that film. It's a childhood favourite of mine, and they did a good job with it. And every time I watch it, I'm always like impressed at how well they kind of adapted the original first game and stuff. And then we got Scorpion's Revenge. We've got MK9 and X and 11, which all have very well told stories. 11, 11's all right. I've grown to like it a bit more the more I've seen of it. So, we already have these games that tell great stories as it is. Then we've got the animated film, Scorpion's Revenge, which is great. And then we've got the original film. If this turns out to be crap, we're still kind of okay with, with other Mortal Kombat media, essentially, and stories, being told. So I hope, though, that this does turn out to be good. Because I love the sort of the shot of Jax holding what looks like Shao Kahn's hammer. And he's angry and he's like about to go toe to toe with Shao Kahn. I love that Liu Kang and Kung Lao are fighting together like an MK11 and an MK9. And and I like the fact that they've got the rivalry between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So there are good things to it. There are good points. I just hope that we can overlook some of the crappy costumes, the way they look, and it turns out to be a good film. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave me a like. If you want to keep updated with the Mortal Kombat film, as well as any other Mortal Kombat news, subscribe to the channel, because Mortal Kombat's one of my favourite series, along with Resident Evil and Metal Gear. And yeah, all that's left for me to say is I've been System Check 66. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'm out of here. Peace.